that's me back again. Time to continue the story. So the clever one hadn't been eaten. If no one else wants it, then perhaps... Golbez. Of course I know him, only a fool without ears wouldn't. His archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those they deem useless, those who can't fight. If you don't want to be eaten, then you had better flee, though soon there will be nowhere left to run. It seems the archfiends keep only those who are fit for battle, others must escape or be consumed. Obey or be eaten. Obey, but eventually be eaten anyway. I don't want to live like that. If the one who devoured her dies, then perhaps the mistress will return. Then I may bask in her gaze again. Golbez, you say? My mistress spoke of him. He commands the archfiends. They are very powerful and have conquered many domains. The mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, she did. It seems the archfiends have been attacking other domains. Their fearsome reputation precedes them. I'll defend the castle from the archfiends, and when the mistress returns, perhaps she'll favour me with a long gaze. The tasty one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you! I mustn't eat you! Golbez, I know of him from those I have eaten. He has minions, and those minions have minions. No one ever sees him. With his army of minions, Golbez would seldom have need to act personally. It would not be easy to reach him. Golbez must be strong, very strong. If I were you, I wouldn't try to eat him. Let's head back down, my little dragon. Dragon. Woo! No trouble on your end either? Good. I dare say Scarlet Monkey's fate served a sufficient warning. Let's hope that those elsewhere have the same sense. Is there no end to their questions? I should have demanded more ether. Oh, you finished already? Or did we get carried away talking? There's no easy way to mark the passage of time in this world, nor do I imagine such things concern Voidsent. It would take considerable mental fortitude to still care after millennia in this endless night. Welcome back, Elita. Were you able to earn aught of value? So, countless voids send answers to the Archfiends, who in turn answer to Golbez, as your vision did suggest. Scaramouille's aggression is also consistent with the claims that the Archfiends conquer other domains. The question is, how do we reach Golbez if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? We could target his other Archfiends, or perhaps those who have fled his service. Either may yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on this isle. Zero, I would ask a favor of you. I am determined to save my sister Ajaya. If there is even a faint possibility that Golbez has her, then I must find him. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on our quest? Forgotten the way of my world already? If you want help, offer payment. None here would aid you out of the kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this less a request and more a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? If you accompany us, we can offer you protection. Protection? I have no need of such. I was a prisoner, yes, but only because I couldn't be bothered to resist. I could have easily broken free had I desired to do so. If you're truly such an aimless creature, then you could do worse than to join us. You need to expend as much energy to defend yourself as you would alone. Trying to be clever, are you? But even if you had a point, your protection isn't enough to persuade me. Very well, Zero. I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, we will provide it in ether. That's all you had to say. Everything else was superfluous. Fair point. Where to now? Either a place the Archfiends may strike next, or where refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. I know the latter. I'll take you there. I assume you also know how we can get off this isle. I was brought here on a mount. We can leave the same way. Now that you mention it, I did notice some flying creatures near the terraces. Given our numbers, we'll need a large one, but regardless of size, all can be won over with ether. Excellent. Let us go and find our mount at once. Not good. Lord Golbez must hear of this. Zero will best know how to handle the creatures. Let us watch and learn. Were I here in my true form, I would be able to carry you all, but even were it possible to enlarge the gate, the risk would be too great. Not all voidsent can fly. It stands to reason that some will be made to serve as mounts.
We should be able to find a mount here. With the castle in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little ether should suffice. Are you ready? Always ready.
There it is. Good. It agrees to serve. Get on.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs?
What's that? Mortals! They're mortals! What in thy sleeper? The music from living hellstorm!
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word.
It's more than that you're protecting from
Follow
us.
me.
It is said that a person's domains are a reflection of what abides in their heart. If true, this place may offer a glimpse into Zero's past. There's quite a gathering of voidsent. I pray one among them has knowledge we seek. The longer one lives, the more one yearns for peace. I understand why some would sequester themselves here. It's my abode. The others won't come near, so you may be at ease. While they know their place, if tantalizing ether were to walk by, I can't guarantee they wouldn't pounce. It's a void sense nature to consume, their sole purpose. Even if the pursuit of ether may lead to their undoing, many succumb to instinct. But any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain's one and only rule, and it is absolute. Hey, what about you, fella? Hi. Hi. Am I good ether? Having given you due warning, Zero would leave you to your own devices. Consider yourselves duly warned. If you wish to go among the void sent here, that is your choice to make. All have fled from one master or another, but whether any of those masters have in turn served Gobez, I do not know. You must ask them yourselves. Most have travelled to your world, so it shouldn't be difficult to communicate. We shall go about making inquiries at once. Thank you for your counsel. Once we have learned all we can, let us reconvene at yonder plaza. You're going too, of course, in which case I shall accompany you. I wish only to observe, do not expect me to help. Then it's settled. I'm ready when you are. Ready? Then lead the way. I leave it to you to decide with whom you speak. Although this is my domain, I don't make a habit of strolling around. 'Tis a strange feeling. I call this my abode, but spend hardly any time here. I return only for meditation. While physical wounds can be healed by replenishing one's ether, you can't preserve your form if you lose sight of yourself. Such is the risk inherent in consuming another soul. It dilutes your sense of self, alters you inside and out. To guard against this, I meditate, visualize who I am, in a place all of my own.
If a void sent is too weak to create its own domain, it must join with others for protection. Alternatively, it might devour them in a bid to become stronger, but in so doing, risk losing its sense of self. It is an inevitable struggle. I might die, but I can't not while someone's near.
You're not devouring my ether. You hear me? You're not devouring my ether. I like the music here. It was in order to strike down the cloud of darkness that my sister crossed over into the void. What befell her after she vanished into the gate? How did she become Gobaz's captive? These things and more I hope to learn. As you may recall, when a larger voice ends a summon, only its soul makes the journey to the source. Upon its arrival, it takes possession of a host body, but during that time, what becomes of its actual body here in the 13th? The answer to this question may give us valuable insight into Crossrift travel. To that end, while asking after Gobez, I shall also see what the Void Sin can tell me about their experiences when summoned. If it isn't immortal. You remind me of the time I was summoned to your world by someone who sought beauty. Well, it turned out to be a deviant who had my vessel chained to a bed. And when I tried to break free, he had the gall to call me a hideous fiend. As if that wasn't bad enough, he started slicing me up. I left that body and fled back here as quickly as I could. Never again, never again.
Whose likeness is this, you ask? The hero who will save the world. I'm waiting for the day he comes. Or was it a she? I can't remember the details. I don't know how long I've been waiting, or even why I wait. Could you be the hero, perhaps? No, I don't think so. Something tells me I'll know when I meet him, or her. I'll just have to keep waiting.
This is the heart of my domain. Normally it's deserted, but you and yours have drawn everyone out. I don't recall this statue, though. However it came to be here, I certainly didn't wish for it. To walk around with her like that? You're her minion, then? No, I don't take minions. She has some questions and I want you to answer them. Golbez? I don't know that one. Only Skachnach. When she led us beyond the veil, I grew scared and fled. I've been here since. I don't know anyone else, nor do I wish to. That's all I can tell you. Sachlav was a powerful void sent who ruled over a vast domain. That was a long time ago, though, so I doubt she has any connection to Golbez. I told you, I don't know anyone else, nor do I wish to. Leave me be.
No, stay away from me. If you don't want to be eaten, stay away. Golbez. I've heard the name before. I remember. Oh, we're speaking about Great Crusade. Don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious.
A crusade, you say? From whom did you hear this?
Farrell. He was a minion of another minion. Went on and on about the terrible things he saw.
I see. Perhaps Farfellow can tell us more.
Why do you want to know about Golbez? Do you have a crusade too?
You're one of the mortals. Is it true? When you die over there, you really die? So it is. What brings you here then? Ah, yes, Golbez. He seeks strong minions to grow his army, so I hear. But recently he stopped doing that. Instead, he devours all. Perhaps he's gathered enough fodder and is intent on bolstering his own strength. A sure sign he's about to make a move. Satisfied with what you've learned? Ah, but let's step away before you become too tempting to resist. Is it normal enough for you newcomers to appear, but for her to bring them herself? That's never happened before, at least not in my time. Seems the rumours of Golbez reach every remote domain. Fair to assume he's gathering strength for his crusade, whatever that may be. But I must say, I wouldn't have guessed that Farfellow once fought in Golbez's army. It's a miracle he survived serving an archfiend. Ah, I suppose I should explain. Farfellow is the weakest among us, constantly in fear of being devoured. He seldom consorts with others. The only one he's comfortable with is Kirato. He's a fellow coward who runs the instant he sees a threat and won't stop until he's exhausted. When their hunger grows too intense, they feed on each other's ether. Such is their relationship. But I ramble. You intend to seek out Farfellow, I presume? Then I'll come with you. He's less likely to hide that way. Meanwhile, elsewhere.
Not only did the mortals conquer Troy, they defeated Scarmalione. I struggle to believe it. They're very small, my lords. They were aided by one of our world, who transformed Scarmalione's soul into crystal. Eliters. This one speaks of Memoria. Now there's a way I've not heard for an age. It'll bring a pang of nostalgia to my breast and a tear to my eye. The very notion was an absurd! Drowned in darkness, as were we all.
And yet Scarmiglione still does not answer. Were he alive, he would have returned by now. Weakest though he was, his ability to regenerate was without peer. If this account is true, if a Memoriat has survived, they cannot be suffered to live.
Leave this matter to me, Lord Golbez. I, Barbaricia, shall strike down any who pose a threat to our plans.
'Tis true, you are a proven commander, well suited to leading an assault.
And when I have succeeded, I would beg a boon of you.
What do you desire?
The dragon's ether. All that remains.
The insolence! No place!
With respect, my locks are free as the wind, without incentive to sway them. I know not whither they will blow.
Boldly spoken. I trust you will not disappoint me.
Upon this flowing hair and my immortal soul, I will not fail.
Then go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
My lord.
Well, I believe I know what the next trial's going to be. Farafel keeps to the fringes of my domain. This way. Yeah, same as what we said before. I guess I go here. The Void sent here don't answer their master. They can do as they please, but almost answer to the hunger and seek out prey when they need ether. Except Farafello and Kiriato, that is. They are content to take from one another. Barring an incident, they dare not venture out. When he takes flight, Kiriato will not seek shelter until he is utterly spent. Farafello, on the other hand, prefers to hide in the same place. Come.
Oh, whatever will I do now?
Kiriato, this is rather unexpected. Where is Farafello?
Farafello isn't here anymore. He's left. Yes, that's right.
Left? That doesn't sound like him at all.
Well, he's gone, alright? What more do you want me to say?
Did you devour him? And off he flees, as he is wont to do. But something about this doesn't sit well with me. What do you make of Kiriato's behavior? I don't think he was telling the truth. You think so too? As he says, Farfellow's gone, but that is quite unusual. As is the fact that Kiriato, who was clearly very frightened by something, chose not to flee but instead hid here, where Farfellow usually... No! We must go after Kiriato now. I know Farfellow is a Crawley, but Kiriato's behavior troubles me. We must find him. Yeah, you came to the same conclusion I did. He devoured Farfellow, maybe by accident. Kiriato, we need to talk. There's no time. The wind rises. We must flee. The wind rises? What is he talking about? After him. What's getting into you? What do you mean the wind rises? When the wind rises, she comes. Babracia! Babracia? Who in the world is that? We must flee! All of us! There's no time! I don't sense anything, but he seems convinced. There's a dead end behind. We'll corner him. Nowhere to run now. We're doomed. There's nowhere to run. What are you running from? I already told you about Bracia, the Archfiend of Wind. Archfiend, you say? We will be devoured or forced to serve to fight in the crusade, but it makes no difference in the end. All are eaten by her or her enemies. I didn't want to fight anymore. That's why I fled and I came here. I see. That explains everything. Almost. I thought it was Farfellow who used to serve an Archfiend, not you. Not you who always ran at the first sign of trouble. You who now speak as though you were Barbacia's minion. There's only one explanation. He devoured Farfellow, didn't he? I already knew this. Indeed, that would account for his uncharacteristic behaviour. So, is that the way of it? Did you devour Farfellow? And not just a portion of his ether, but his entire being.
How did you know?
It wasn't only your behavior that felt strange. You felt strange, as if there was more than you present. Now, I don't believe you would have lost control. More likely it was at Farfellow's behest.
I can't hide anything from you. I admit it. Farfellow didn't leave. I ate him. He feared Babracia more than anything, hated the endless fighting. So he begged me to devour him, that he would never have to fight again.
Rather than an eternity of fighting, he chose a moment of pain.
For all the good it did, I can still hear his voice in my head. He's frightened, so very frightened.
When you're eating, your essence is blended with that of your devourer, and though you have no control, your consciousness in part endures. Were this a world where the wheel of life and death still turned, the soul wouldn't linger so stubbornly. In time, it would return to the great flow. But there's no such end here, no escape. All know this. In making his choice, Farfellow must have been desperate indeed. And now that desperation is joined with Kiriato's fear, driving him to act erratically.
This place will become a battlefield. We don't want to be eaten, neither me nor Farfellow. But there's nowhere to go. Nowhere.
Then tell me about Babracia. I would know who it is we face.
It's too late. She's as good as here. No one can escape her wings. No one.
She has come!
And she's brought her domain with her. The Archfiend's after you and yours, I shouldn't doubt. Perhaps you should go and find them. But be warned, whatever this is about, do not expect us to get involved.
I can't bear it! Eating and being eaten! I only want to be left in peace!
You and me both.
One of the Archfiend's approaches.
They must have been tracking our movements.
She's here.
Cool. Cool.
Excellent. You've saved me the trouble of traveling to Troya.
So you're Barbaricia.
Mind your manners, mortal. My name is not to be spoken, save in reverence and fear.
And what is this pitiful domain? Pitiful wretches all. I will put you out of your misery. Alas, poor Scarmiglione, and good riddance. Felled by outsiders in pursuit of what? Pray tell?
A dragon. One who crossed to this world thousands of years ago. Know you aught of it?
A dragon, you say? Huh. My Lord Golbez is more clever than I realized. To let the prize live, that it might lure more prey to us. Very well. In gratitude and service, I shall devour every last mote of their souls.
Where is she? Where is Ashdaya?
Huh. You even share its scent. How curious. And irresistible.
If you think us easy prey, you're wrong.
Unlike Scarmiglione, I need not skulk in shadow to claim what is mine. If you would know about the dragon you seek, then enter into my domain. You may flee instead if you wish, if the fate of the sorry lot here is of no concern to you. One way or another, I will have satisfaction.
What's the plan, then?
Go after Babracia. What else?
Indeed. Yet she will have the upper hand in her domain. We must be no less than fully prepared.
We find her and get our answers. Will you be joining us, Zero?
You may be easily goaded into accepting her challenge, but my curiosity is not so insatiable as to cloud my judgment. Nevertheless, if you are desperate for my aid, you know my price.
I shall pay it. So long as you leave me strength enough to see my sister home, you may take as much as you wish. And lest you forget, mine is no ordinary ether. Barbariccia too recognized its potency.
Very well. We have a bargain.
What little I learned in your absence did not pertain to the Archfiends. That discussion can wait till after we've tended to Barbacia. Just you wait, Barbacia. I will have answers from you yet. I have no intention of demanding anyone's ether until afterwards. Weakening you now would only reduce my chances of getting paid. that was one of Garbage Archfiends. I would devour that ether in a heartbeat, except I'm liable to be devoured first. You're really going to fight her? I'll pray for your victory. That way I won't get eaten. That woman just now, for a moment I dared to hope she was the hero I've been waiting for, but then she left again. Two were devoured, you say? Well, as long as I wasn't one of them, I won't complain. Who was that woman? She was more beautiful than I am, if only slightly. Was there any other white scent going about? Nope. Our fellow warns me that wasn't true, Barbacia. He says, no, she's far more frightening. The scouring winds, the flashing hair. Oh God, so much hair. I must have escaped her notice, because I barely have ether left. Wonderful, I continue dying a slow, excruciating death. Okay, I believe I have talked to everyone here about that. I don't think there were any more. So, back to Estinian. The less time we give the enemy to prepare, the better. If everyone is ready, then let us set forth. Indeed, and yet my heart weighs heavy for those Barbacia struck down. Were it not for us, she would not have come here. Should you require a moment, Zero? For what? Barbacia took what she could. She was wise to strike quickly, as we would be. Agreed. No time for sentiment. Only the battle matters now. Draconia possessed the powers of regeneration. Let us see what Barbacia can do with her winds. What little I learned in your absence did not pertain to the Archfiends. That discussion can wait until after we've tended to Barbacia. Just you wait, Barbacia. I will have answers from you yet. Zero has a word of warning before you go to face Barbacia. A word of warning? Barbacia spoke as if she would give us answers if we were to defeat her. But assuming she'll talk, which I doubt, I trust I needn't tell you how foolish it is to give an Archfiend a second chance. Best to seal her away at the earliest opportunity. If you wish to peer into her past, the memorial will suffice. I can't wield the power at will. Well then, you'd better hope it favours you when the time comes. Rest assured, this won't be our last opportunity to learn about Asjaya. If another Archfiend were to fall, goblins would surely be compelled to respond. We need only wait for our quarry to come to us. Indeed, if our struggles with Scalymonia told us it not, it is that we hold nothing back when facing an archfiend. Let us heed Zero's advice and seal her away at the earliest opportunity.
If we're all in agreement, let us be off. We travel by Nishroch. To transform a void scent into Memoria, we must first drain them of ether. To wit, we must wound her gravely.
'Tis not the first trial we have faced since coming to this world, nor will it be the last, but with you all beside me, I am confident we will prevail. So come, let us sally forth.
Scalymonia was the archfiend of earth, while Babesia is the wind. In this world given to darkness, I wonder what significance their elemental titles hold.
Babesia will use every advantage she has, traps, ambushes. We must be prepared for all that and more.
You're not the only ones who can ride the wind.
Leave these ones to us.
I see to Barbaricia.
God, they weren't kidding about the hair. It's tangled gone wrong. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Oh God, here it comes.
Come, give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast upon your essence. Wind blows. You feel it too, do you not? You've done well to last this long. But the battle has only just begun.
I'll slaughter you all! Dodge this if you can! I'll make it quick. My head shivers with anticipation.
Feel it too, do you not? You've done well the last time. But the battle has only just begun.
I thought I had to get out of those tangles.
underestimate you. No! I will not be denied! There's still time. With more of the dragon's ether, I can yet...
You're finished.
Damn it all!
I see you've bested Barbaricia. Well done.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Ashdaya. So the Archfiend and her crystal yielded not.
Our efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
I wouldn't want to face another Archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
Though so slow as to be nearly imperceptible, Zero's chest rises and falls in a steady rhythm. In her present state, Zero is easy prey for other Void Scent. We must be on our guard. Zero hasn't so much as stirred. Such power she must have expended. Though Zero remains unconscious, she appears otherwise fine. Insofar as I can discern, at any rate, being part Void Scent, her physiology may be rather different from ours. Let us observe her for a while as we discuss our next move. Even those part Void Scent require rest, I imagine. and her own abode seems as good a place as any. Unlike the source, however, there is scant ambient ether for her to draw upon here. In her present state, Zero is easy prey for other void scent. We must be on our guard. Concern is writ plain upon Varshan's face. How long do you suppose she will remain this way? I haven't the faintest inkling, nor can I say whether the ether we afford to share will be enough to waken her. 'Twould be best to take her back with us to the source. There she would be guaranteed all she requires. Zero cannot give, but it seems we have no choice. The alternative would be to leave her here defenseless. Should she later desire it, we can bring her home. Elita, might I ask you to hold on to Barbasia's memoria? It may yet serve a purpose.
Oh, what happened to her?
You have business with Zero.
We have a newcomer, a former minion of Barbacia. Let her know when she wakes, will you?
Barbacia's minion? Why not go find this newcomer, so we have something to tell Zero, if nothing else? Indeed. May I trouble you to join me, Elita? With luck we might learn something of Golbez. When their leader falls, the minions pledge themselves to the enemy. There's no loyalty, only survival. Worry not, we will keep an eye on Zero. Go and meet this newcomer. Interested in me, are you? Too bad I'm not interested in you. Yeah, I think that mostly just to say the same sort of stuff. This appears to be the newcomer.
You're the ones who felled Barbacia. I won't make trouble, I'll obey, so please let me stay.
If you would obey, then tell me all you know of Golbez.
There isn't much, I could tell. Only the archfiends are allowed into his domain wherever it is, but none but they know.
I see. No better way to guard oneself than keeping one's location secret. How does Golbez communicate with his minions afield?
He has these scepters, staves, whatever they are. He uses them to talk to those far away.
Not unlike link pearls, at least in function. That'll be all. My thanks for your cooperation. My thanks to you as well for affording me the time. I am satisfied, so let us rejoin the others and head home.
Whenever Barbacia moved to a domain, some would get left behind. No such worries here. Mortals. Even the word doesn't interest me. Just hear it makes my stomach rumble.
Well, I'm sure that Nabdina's matters under control. I can't help but worry. Let's not keep them waiting.
Varshan has told us all. Golbez goes to great lengths indeed to conceal his whereabouts.
I trust you will understand that once we leave the 13th, we will not return until we are prepared to resume our search. Knowing this, are you ready to depart? Back to Troya, and thence home.
You're all safe. Thank the sisters.
A moment while I close the gate. There. We may rest easy for now. Was there any trouble? I expect some void scent slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important? You know, The polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
Indeed, you are right. It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
And we are glad to receive you, Vashan. Welcome home.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once.
Mr. Draconia, we've been expecting you. If you would follow me, I will show you to the guest chambers.
Our mission took many an unexpected turn. I am relieved that we have all returned safely. But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Zero.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry. Is there aught we can do to expedite her recovery? If her ether is exhausted, perhaps I can share some of mine now.
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others, be it by trade or by force. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether. Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
Then we need but wait?
I believe so. She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food. I know you promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine Harnish cuisine more.
Food can certainly be arranged.
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part void-sent.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence. A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is void-sent, rendering it dominant. Thus, we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labor to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Fandaniel. Were Zero wholly void-sent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
'Tis no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable, a boon from Heidelin herself. Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
She seems to be faring better. Here, praise to the sisters. My chamber is much the same as this one too. Too opulent for my taste, but at least it has space to train. Zero's breathing appears to be less strained than it was in the 13th. Never one to remain idle, Y'shtola would tend to an errand. If I may excuse myself, I wish to pay a visit to the High Crucible. While the scales functioned admirably, it would be prudent to have them inspected for signs of degradation. By all means, I shall do the same for this vessel. Then I'll go meet with the soldiers, share with them what I learned fighting Voidsent in the 13th. What of you, my friend? Have you any immediate plans? I'm just worried about Zero. In that case, might I trouble you with a small task? I wish to have food ready for Zero when she awakens, you see. Would you be willing to go to Merhard's Mayhem and ask for suitable refreshments? Excellent. In the meantime, Nadana shall watch over Zero. She's already en route. Let us each tend to our respective business and reconvene anon. Welcome to Merhard's Mayhem. Please make yourself comfortable. What? A guest of the Satrap has collapsed from hunger. Of course I would be happy to help. You need only tell me what you desire. A rich and hearty meal with plenty of meat. Well, that may be perfect for an adventurer preparing to raid a treasure vault. I fear it would be too much for someone coming out from a long slumber. I would recommend something gentle on the stomach, like these apples here. They've just come in and I can guarantee their freshness. Afterwards, once your guest feels better, she's welcome to sample whatever else we have to provide. Just let me know. Oh, this is a while now, but Professor Jelly and Ismail were overjoyed to learn of your safe return from the treasure vault, and so we celebrated and got just about every other patron involved. Not in recent memory of the mayhem being so lively. It was all Mihail and I could do to keep things orderly, but we too shared in their joy. Ah, welcome back. Lest you worry, Mrs. Nadana has been taking good care of our guests. Will you be joining them now? Yes, get me out of this crowd, please.
Light. Is this an inn? What happened? How did I get here? There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful! Ah! Ah! What is this? Some sort of fiend? A fiend? Where is it? Where?
But this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door, so to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed. I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
I took the liberty of arranging refreshments. I hope you find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
But why are you in your smaller body again?
This isn't what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow. That's the way. So, did it taste good?
I don't know.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we void scent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died, countless times.
You have? But what happens when you do?
Not much. After a while you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back. Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister. I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, 'tis that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake. You managed to return in one piece this time, but don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Radzet Han.
Again, a stranger in this strange land. I have a condition. You must come too.
Me?
You have my thanks.
Or should we guest chamber? I think I need to go to the guest chamber. Ah, there we go. This world is brimming with ether. I feel invigorated just standing here in the breeze. Glad I am to hear that. So, is there any place in particular you wish to see? Perhaps where that food came from. Apple, was it? Oh, I don't expect I'll collapse again. It'd be good to know where I can procure more if necessary. Mehem it is then. I shall introduce you to the head waitress, Michiel. Barshal and Zero now accompany. Keep your sights and edges too. Do you recall the time when we travelled together to the outpost? Should our tour take us outside the city? We must make use of Hamsat again. Wow, bound to Xenos, I never saw such vibrant cities like this. Only ruined places, not so different from the void. Do as you will, but the condition was that you accompany me. I'll return to the palace. If you've concluded your business, then let us resume our tour. I can talk to either of them. We could attempt to introduce Zero to Meher herself, but Michiel is more likely to be available. This is the place. The air is different here, and I speak not of the heat. There's a texture to it, a fullness, unlike that of elsewhere. You smell the cooking, I believe. Hanish cuisine is quite fragrant and delicious. I hope you will agree. Welcome to Mered's Mayhem. Greetings, Michiel, and may I introduce you to Zero. She is an esteemed guest, and I ask that you see her meals during the stay. Ah yes, Merhide has told me all. Please come to us whenever you're hungry. We'll look after you. It was here that Elita obtained the apple. While the palace cooks can prepare whatever you desire, it is certainly a quick and convenient food. I'll remember it. Who are the ones there, moving their bodies about? Is it for some ritual related to eating? The dancers, they move their bodies to bring pleasure to those who are watching. It is a form of entertainment, part of our culture. How needlessly complicated. We Void said prefers simpler pleasures. That may be the way of it now, but your world too must have had such complicated diversions once. I don't remember. Well, let us move on. I suppose we visit Balsham's Bazaar, where the goods in the world may be found. Be it food, drinks, or dancers, we only provide only the finest for your enjoyment. Oh, it's warm. What are these things for? What do you do here? This is a marketplace, where people buy and sell goods. Since its earliest days, Rajasthan has served as a trading hub, and here you'll find not only local products, but wares from distant lands. I should mention that the vendors generally only accept payment in coin or tomestones. If there is aught you desire, I shall take care of it. So that's what tomestones are for. Void sent returned with them on occasion, but I never knew their purpose. They struck me as useless trinkets, and I couldn't understand your obsession with them. On that subject, there appeared to be no shops in the 13th. Do you never make bargains in which possessions are exchanged? We do, but rarely. We strike bargains when we want something done. If we desire an object, we kill whoever has it. I see. Your bargains may be likened to employment, I believe. I shall bear this in mind. With that, let us continue on. I propose we head to the High Crucible of Alchemia. Why, Master Vidra! How may we find you servant this morning? If you're here for your vessel, I'm afraid we're still tending to it. No, there is no rush. Pray take as much time as you require. I know that I have complete faith in your work. The High Crucible is home to the finest alchemists. They are the ones who created my bodies, and can provide you with healing as well. Now that I think on it, you weren't at all surprised when I changed forms. Were you aware of my nature from the start, that I was a soul occupying a vessel not of my own? It's hardly uncommon in our world. When given a chance, many shed their bodies to claim stronger ones. Oh, you must be the rumoured guest. We've been most eager to meet you. If you have a moment, would you care to stay for some tea? The sisters know we'd love to hear your tales. No, I've had enough food for now, and I can always obtain more without the need for inane chatter. Now, no need to decline outright. I dare say you are tired, so let us save it for another time and return to Megaduta. If aught catches your eye en route, do not hesitate to say so. Artificial Void Center concept we understand. Well, but partial void scent now, that is something that upends our established theories. I do hope we have the chance to speak at her at length, and perform a few tests perhaps. Some sort of fruit. Pitiful things. Though I imagine you need to eat a lot to derive any satisfaction. These are mulberry trees. While the fruits are indeed edible, more important are the leaves, which we feed to silkworms. Without the creatures, we wouldn't have the silk to make our favorite Scandinavian weave. Furthermore, the bark of the tree also possesses medicinal properties. You would be hard-pressed to find a more useful plant. Is that so? Aside from food, I wouldn't have considered any other purpose for it. Master Vitra! And Elita too! If it isn't young Mirad, and that must be your sister, Yashra, is all well at the orphanage. Yes, Your Excellency, the other children are very nice, and we all look out for one another. Oh, just the other day, Estinian came to see us. Everyone was really excited. Truly, Estinian paid you a visit. That is well. Is she a new friend? Friend? You know what that is? What? You mean you don't? She is a visitor from a faraway land, you see, and is still unfamiliar with our language. Then we'll teach you. A friend is someone you like to play with. Play with. Zeno seemed to be enjoying himself when he fought you. Is that the same thing? Absolutely not. Then I'm no closer to understanding it. Why he traversed the great expanse, why he risked life and limb for you. Without waste energy dwelling on such things, I am not Xenos. I stand to gain nothing by knowing his heart. I'm sorry I couldn't explain it well. There's no need to apologize. The fault is not yours, but mine for failing to make sense of your words. Well, we better get back to our errand. Goodbye! It was nice meeting you. It's hard to explain a one-sided friendship. It's like Xenos thought of us as a friend, but we did not think of him as a friend. What is a friend? It is a seemingly simple question, but the answer is anything but. Only a child, innocent and pure, could reply with nary a moment's hesitation. It's more like a rival than a friend. Through Xenos, I thought I understood the ways of your world. But the more I learn of it, the more I realize how little I actually know. It's all so strange, your behavior and your reasons. I find myself baffled at every turn. But the feeling is not unwelcome. I'm learning, bit by bit. It was the right decision to join you. Darkness warped all life in the void, even plants. Only now do I recall flowers and the valley we held. A gentle smile plays on Barshan's lips. I believe Zero's time here has been rewarding. It was in no small part due to your company. My thanks for agreeing to join us. Come, let us return to Megaduta. Come back, Mr. Draconia. Will you be heading to the guest chambers? Yes, please.
So, what are your impressions of Radzatan?
There's a lot of mortals.
Considering your origin, I can see why that might be your first observation. Though they would call each other people, I think. If you wish to know about our fair city, I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
No need. I'll show myself around. There's only so much about my home I can share with you in return, after all. While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity. But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
We are all ears. Please.
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace. But then the servants of darkness came, and they bequeathed a black art unto men. Channeling the power of hope and one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
The Ascians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
Then you have faced the same, and understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in such strife, the weak are the first to suffer. When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They who were blessed with a singular power. The power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as memoria. My mother was one such memoriate. But in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness. As was I.
And so you were born part Voidsent, before the world was overcome.
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the Memoriates not triumph?
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace, only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed. They spread the taint, transforming men into monsters, what you call Voidsent, and raised armies to wage new wars.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
Some defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought, but it was not enough. And when our strength was spent, our bulwarks broken, so too was the world.
The flood of darkness.
The stars faded from the heavens as a pall black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls of reality. I was cast into the rift, and there trapped for what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny, infinitesimal, but enough for me to squeeze through. And find my world changed beyond recognition, into the lightless waste you saw.
So that is how you were able to escape becoming a Voidsent in full.
I suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured. We, the lost, are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
A lost world, you say? I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
What are you getting at?
To explain requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections. Be warned that this will take a while.
Then, unlike the worlds that have been rejoined, mine still...
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome. So the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th. But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction. After which, some intrepid young souls succeeded in restoring life back to lands thought lost to light. Which gives me cause to hope the day may yet come when life springs forth anew in the 13th. Of course, these are only possibilities. I offer no guarantees. But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would you say these things? As if you mean to... But the sole reason you came to the Void was...
To find a dragon, aye. And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more. But we Scions, former Scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone. And old habits die hard, don't they, my friend?
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Ashdaya. There is no reason not to try.
Do as you will. I have no desire to save that world.
Be that as it may, we will have need of your power when next we face Void Scent.
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price. And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more. I will consider this a deposit.
Though our time in the Void was short, we managed to ascertain that my sister yet lives, and it cannot be overstated how fortunate we are to have met Zero. But the greater blessing is nevertheless you, my friend, for your encouragement to embark upon my search anew, and your help in overcoming the challenges thus far. Golbez and his minions will seek to stymie our efforts. Of this we can be sure. But with you at our side, I have confidence that we will succeed, that we will find and liberate my sister, and that we shall return home together. Such weird amounts of gil they give. It's like 1001. Why 1001? Why just not 1000? It's like 1000 was too little, so they gave like an extra penny. Meanwhile, elsewhere.
first, Scarmiglione, and now Barbaricia. Useless, the both of them.
'Twas no lie. They conspire with a Memoriat.
And their search for the dragon will lead them here. The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
If I may, my lord, I have a plan to eliminate them. In order to guarantee success, however, I will require Cagnazzo's cooperation. Now there's sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike following your lead, I have no patience for scheming.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames, I will pave the way for one and all.
Then I will trust in your oath and your plan.
We will give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow. Ha-ha! Some excitement for a change.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps. The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall. What irony that the blessed damned should set us free. As I swore so long ago. The gate lies open. At long last, my ambition shall be fulfilled!
Okay. The crest there. I'll leave it for now because I have like other stuff I need to do today. Let's see this. Sure, I don't have anything. Ah yes, the Wandering Mistral. That's so I can unlock the... Greetings, my friend. If you have a tale to share, this minstrel is all ears. Good gods! I certainly wasted no time seeking a found adventure. By all means, regale me with the thrilling details. A world without death, where the strong devour the weak, and a woman touched by darkness who possesses the power to seal void scent. Fascinating stuff indeed. But this archfiend Barbacia is cruel as she is ravishing. Though she is fearsome enough by your account, I cannot help but wonder, what if she had devoured more of the great worm's ether? How terribly bright might her soul have shone then? Yes, they come to me, the beginnings of a new verse. Pray listen, if you will. In armour black from shadowed lair, the knight with steely voice declared, a dragon's freedom needed steel, victory in his crusade to seal. Wind made flesh, the archfiend fair, her pride, her long and luscious hair. On dragon's soul she feasted well, a tempest free to toll the knell. Fighting to devour, devouring to fight. Should a day come when this wheel is broken, would a void sign greet her end with a wail of anguish, or would she heave a sigh of relief? Whichever it may be, 'tis ironic to think that a soul who had sought freedom, and for so long, should end up being imprisoned in cold crystal. Thus I would sing of that final battle, for in that lightless world, 'tis in such a moment I believe that their lights shine the brightest. Extreme fire. first of all, let's see, is there anything here quest-wise? I know I've got a couple of quests here. There's a sanctuary and the other bit. No quests here. Would I just go to Lapis, or would it be I need to go to Charlene first? That will be our next port of destination. But for now, I am going to stop here. And I'm going to just rest over here, because this seems like a nice little spot there. I will just lie in the water. Watch over me, Vitra. Anyway, take care, my darlings. See you all. Bye for now. Love you all. Take care.